greenery, greenery. Welcome back to Good Day. Now, we have raised another bed in the Good Day Garden out back, courtesy of Black Diamond.
Yeah, so now we got 3. We're going to be getting our hands dirty out there soon, and we can get some ideas this weekend. Lisa Cook from the Ohio State University Extension Wood County has some details this morning about an exchange.
Do tell.
Yes, every year we have 2 plant exchanges, one in Lucas County and one in Wood County. So these are put on by gardeners from all over, master gardener volunteers. And so the first exchange in Wood County, it's at the Wood County Fairgrounds, is this Saturday.
Wonderful.
This Saturday, and then the Toledo Plant Exchange is the following Saturday.
Nice.
So it's just an opportunity for people to dig up what they have in their yard.
That they don't want anymore.
That either they don't want or they have too much.
Oh, that happens.
So you can divide up your plants and then bring them, and then you can exchange them for plants that you don't have, that you want. Gardeners are very generous, and so we get a lot of plants that come in, a lot of other things, a lot of, we call it garden junk, you know, just
your chimes or your pots or your stands.
Plant stands, we get books, we get extra containers, all sorts of things.
So you can bring that stuff in too.
You can bring that stuff in too, because people will take it.
Yeah.
People will take it.
So you brought some examples with you today.
Got some greenery here?
Yeah.
Yes, we have a lot of greenery here. So I'll start with this big guy right here.
Yeah, the elephant in the room.
Yes, yes. This is called a yucca plant. I don't know if you've heard that. It's native to the Southwest.
The Southwest. I was going to say not necessarily here.
Yeah, but it survives here. So it can in some places below 0 weather. So what's fun about this is, of course, it's spiky. It stays like this all winter. So you have winter interest.
Nice.
But it can grow up to a 3-foot spiky plume of white flowers. And
beautiful.
then when the flowers die back, they leave these little seed pods, and inside,
Look at that.
are all of the seeds.
So can you plant from there or no?
You can try to propagate them, sure.
Okay.
So I'm not
If you're
exactly
really
sure the
good at
process.
it.
Yes,
They
yes.
propagate.
But so people just like these for winter interest, you know, feeds the
Decoration.
birds. They can put it inside and like wreaths for their, you know, whatever. So this is just a very interesting plant. So we also have right here, this is lemon balm. It's an herb. The problem, I don't want to say it's a problem. The challenge.
There you go. The
The challenge is it will spread everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like mint, you should keep it in a container, you
By
know,
itself.
and do it that way. But if you just take a piece off and then rub it between your fingers, you might be able to smell, might be too early, but smell a little bit of a lemon.
I got to put it way
But
in
you
there.
can use this, yeah.
Just got to get up in there. Got it.
Yeah. You can use it to steep teas. You can put it
lovely.
in, you know, chicken dishes, anything where you want that lemony. It is edible, so you can use that.
Wonderful. I love herbs.
So we have 2 sedums here. These are ground covers. This is called a dragon's blood, and you can kind of see why.
Sure.
And this gets a really pretty pink flower through the summer. And it spreads all over. It's really nice to have if you have a spot that you just need to fill. This is good. This is
Good
another
filler, okay.
sedum. This is called Angelina. And so you can see it has that gold color to it. And that puts up some yellow flowers. So really the 2 of these together, I don't know if you know, purple and gold and yellow are kind of, they're very
well.
complementary on that color scale.
You've
So when
got right there for you.
So when you
Angelina.
plant them together,
There we go.
yeah, that's really nice. So
Beautiful.
Right here we have bergamot, which
get
is also known as bee balm, which is true to his name. It actually brings pollinators.
Important.
You need it.
Very important. And this will have really pretty, either light pink or deep pink, just little like frilly flowers on the
Pretty.
top. But it brings hummingbirds, it brings butterflies, it brings the bees.
Good
So,
stuff.
and you can find the native varieties of this too.
Bergamot.
Which is really nice.
Great.
Bergamot, most people know it as bee balm.
Bee balm.
We
So
have
you got
this.
just a ton of different.
Yeah, this is a grass. I have it in this plastic bag.
Also.
The only reason I wanted to do that is to let people know when you're digging up your plant, you don't need to have fancy containers. You can just have, you know, put it in a plastic bag, give it some water, bring it to the exchange, and that's great. So.
Because then you're just going to swap with someone and take it home and put it right back put it into the ground.
So if I don't
Exactly.
need the pot, that's a
Exactly.
waste.
Yeah.
And I know last time I talked about the paper pots, and we're going to do this again with the kids.
The kids.
But if you hold out your hand, these are marigold seeds. But this is the flower head of a marigold. But if you look, all of those
Whoa.
are seeds. So you can
All
plant,
of these are seeds.
yeah, from one flower. So if you go and you decide, well, you can actually get bags of this probably at the
Just
exchange.
the-
But if you buy one packet of marigold seeds, you'll never have to buy marigolds again.
And these are
fact.
great
You
to
can just-
attract the pollinators
Yep.
to help feed your gardens.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it can repel. They say it repels things, like pests and, rabbits, those darn pesky rabbits,
Oh, Peter Cottontail.
So anyways. But
Yeah,
the
great idea.
Yes. So the exchange, this is how it works.
Yeah.
8:30 is when we have cars arrive, and we usually have traffic cops, we call them.
You police the
Yeah, we
area.
police
yeah.
it because we do need to
Keep it moving.
Keep
Keep
them
the mortar
moving.
going.
They drop off their plants, and then at 10 o'clock is when the exchange starts. And it's very orderly, but it goes by quick.
Sure.
That starts at 10 o'clock. You get wristbands to say where you are in line, and usually it's a one-for-one exchange. But when you arrive, I know in the Wood County one, you get 3 free plants just for showing up.
Look at that.
And also at the Toledo one, you get 5 free plants just for showing up. And kids
Wow.
get a free plant.
Oh,
But we'll have
beautiful.
informational booths there. So while people are waiting, while others are dropping off their plants, they can ask questions of different booths, different vendors that will be there, just giving information, gardening information for the summer.
Do people like kind of elbow each other and be like, I want that sedum, it's mine? Or we behave pretty well?
I will say no.
I will say no.
I always remind
Let's be
people.
polite.
Be on your
At our
best
exchange,
behavior.
it's like we're all friends.
Yes, we are.
There's plenty of plants, and so they tend to behave pretty well.
That's awesome. Okay, so
anyway.
the first one is this Saturday in Bowling Green, and then
Yes.
there's another one in Lucas County, which is
at the rec center.
the rec center. Okay,
Yep.
and that is the following week, May 3rd.
And that's the following
Okay,
week.
very
Yes.
good. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you
We
so much for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
Learned so
I
much.
want that sedum. Get out of here.
They'll be there. I can guarantee you, Sedum will be there.
I cannot wait.
We'll
Thanks
be
so
right
much.
back after this. Stay with us.